Dear students, I am Professor Prakash Rao, Coordinator, MCOM Department, Tunga College, Tirthalli. I am commencing my video series under the subject Managerial Communication. In this series, I am covering three topics: presentation skills, employment communication, and group communication. In the present video, I am covering some aspects of presentation skills. In presentation skills, I have taken up the topic under 5 heads as meaning, elements of presentation, steps to a successful presentation, important qualities of a speaker, and handling questions. Of these 5 aspects, I am covering 3 aspects. The last aspect, steps to a successful presentation, will not be complete in this video. It will be completed in the next video. Meaning of presentation. A presentation is a means of communication which can be adapted to various speaking situations, such as talking to a group, addressing a meeting, or briefing a team. It's a way of communicating your thoughts and ideas to an audience. There are 7 key elements I have identified in presentation. They are context, presenter, audience, message, reaction, method, and impediments. The first one is context. That is, when and where will you deliver your presentation? Will it be in a familiar setting to you or somewhere new? Will it be within a formal one or a less formal social setting? Will the presentation be to a small group or a large crowd? And are you already familiar with the audience? This is very important for the presenter to prepare himself for the presentation as to how he should present his views. The next aspect is the presenter himself. The presenter communicates with the audience and controls the presentation. The audience is another important key element in presentation. The audience receives the presenter's message. However, this reception will be filtered through and affected by such things as listeners' own experience, knowledge, and personal sense of values. That means the audience level of understanding of the subject will also matter in understanding the views of the presenter. Message, that is, the views expressed by the presenter. The message is delivered by the presenter to the audience. This message is delivered not just by the spoken word, but can be augmented by non-verbal communication techniques such as voice projection, body language, gestures, eye contact, and through visual aids he presents it. So all these will help in communicating the views of the speaker to the audience. Then reaction. Communication is a two-way process, and hence reaction from the audience is also one of the important aspects of presentation. The audience reaction and success of the presentation will largely depend upon whether the presenter's message was effectively communicated. Then how the presentation is made, the method. Presentations are usually delivered direct to an audience. However, today there may be occasions where they are delivered from a distance over the internet using video conferencing. That means the presenter may present his views directly before the audience, or he may use the present technology, that is internet, using video conferencing. He may send his message. There may be different impediments, that is blocks. Many factors can influence the effectiveness of your message. For example, background noise or other distractions, or the time of the day and state of audience alertness can all influence your audience level of concentration. For example, whether you are delivering your speech in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, etc., and the occasion, etc., and the surroundings may also influence in the effectiveness of your message. As a presenter, you have to be prepared to cope up with any such problems and try to keep your audience focused on the message. There are several steps involved in public speaking or presentation. Among several steps, I will cover 4 aspects. selection of the topic, audience analysis, researching the topic, and planning the speech. Other aspects will be covered in the next video. The selection of the topic. Determine the purpose and topic of your presentation. In some cases, you may be assigned a topic by the organizer or invite those who have invited you, usually one within your area of specialization or expertise. If the speaker is not assigned a topic, he must find one on his own which suits the occasion. So consider three basic factors while selecting the topic. Background and knowledge. Any topic which you select should be one within which you are comfortable. It should be within your area of proficiency. Then the interest of the audience. That is very important. Selecting something which your audience can appreciate and understand is vital to the success of your speech. Then the speech should match to the occasion. So occasion or purpose of the speech. The purpose of the public speech is related to the occasion and it is identified while selecting the speech. Audience analysis. Before presentation and during the presentation, the presenter will be very alert in understanding the audience. So before presentation, the presenter should try to understand kind of audience and their background knowledge of the subject selected for the speech. Audience attributes like education, qualification, their age, etc. should also be assessed before he commences his speech. Then size of the audience. The presenter should understand how many persons will be there in the audience, whether it is a small group or large number of audience. How formal or informal the speaker has to make his speech. That should also be decided by the speaker according to the occasion. The speaker should take note of the following: age, sex, background and attitudes, appearance, and context. The age. Following questions regarding age is important. What is the general age of the audience members? How wide is the age range? Does the audience include different age who need to be addressed differently? What effect might the age of the audience have on the topic and purpose? It is important to understand the effect of the age on the examples, illustrations, and visual aids which the speaker may select further. Age will have an effect on the language which the speaker intends to use, because people of different age groups may listen differently or they may be having different listening and understanding capabilities. We may look into the following. Children may like stories. High school children may prefer visual aids. College students need informative presentations. Young adults want progressive and innovative viewpoints. Middle-aged people tend to be conservative, whereas old people may be interested in news and views. Sex. The following questions relating to sex is important. Does the audience comprise males and or females or predominantly one sex? Do males and females view the topic differently? Do they have different interests, experiences, and knowledge about the topic? How will these things influence the way in which the speaker will develop his topic? Then the background and the attitudes of the audience. In this regard, the following questions help the speaker. Knowledge or experience the audience have on the topic, because the views presented by the speaker should be understood by the audience, should be received well by the audience in true sense. Do their experiences and opinions differ so much from the speaker? Whether the audience identify the speaker or the speaker has an outsider? What is the ethnic, racial, and social economic composition of the audience? What does this composition mean for his topic and purpose? These background and attitudes of the surroundings and audience should be understood by the presenter. Then appearance, the appearance of the speaker himself. Regarding appearance, the following questions are important. How he should dress, more formal or more casual? how occasion expects the speaker to be dressed, how his dress will make him feel either inferior or superior. Then the context. Two specific questions to be considered are: what about the place, time and occasion for his speech? Do any of these impose restrictions on the presentation? In addition to analyzing the audience before the speaker commences his speech, the presenter should be very alert in understanding the audience while he delivers his speech. The audience analysis should continue as the speaker starts making the speech. This will help the audience in making certain changes while he delivers his speech. This is also called as feedback phase. With this information, he can adjust his presentation to improve the communication result. The eyes and ears of the speaker, therefore, will help him to get this feedback information. Following is the checklist. Facial expression of the audience will tell their reacting to the message, whether they are understanding or whether they are discarding the opinions, etc. From smiles, blank stares, and movements will indicate whether they understand or agree with the message of the speaker. Their sounds or disinterest or silence that shows interest help in guessing whether they are listening. Then researching the topic. After the purpose of the speech is determined, the speaker should gather the information for his speech. He may select the main idea and additional core idea. In developing the points which he intends to make, he should always keep his audience in mind. Who are they? What are their background? How much do they already know about his topic? What do they think about his topic? This kind of research on the topic and his audience will help the speaker to draft the speech and make an impressive presentation before his target audience. Planning and drafting the speech. This is very important for any presenter to prepare his speech before delivering the speech. Although variations are sometimes appropriate, usually he should follow the time-honored order in planning the speech. Normally, a speech will have three parts: introduction, body, conclusion. Introduction. It is rightly said, a good beginning is half ending, and first impression is the last impression. So, it becomes imperative that the speaker makes an impressive beginning to capture the attention of the audience. Regarding introduction, a few aspects are narrated below. To establish rapport by using chairman's remarks, previous speaker's words, occasion of the meeting, and showing pleasure and happiness for the invitation he has received. Focusing attention, raising possible questions, putting facts and figures, using storytelling technique, reference of famous personality, and using proverbs and quotations wherever possible to relate to his topic on the occasion. Other important points to be kept in mind regarding introduction are: the first words usually spoken are the greetings. The greeting, of course, should fit the audience. Ladies and gentlemen is appropriate for a mixed audience. Gentlemen fits an all-male audience. Dear colleagues, dear students, dear friends, my fellow rhetoricians may suit according to the type of audience. The introduction of a speech help in preparing the listener to receive the message. It may help in arousing interest in the topic by the audience. The techniques of attracting interest are storytelling. Humor is another possibility and is probably the most widely used technique. Putting basic questions about the issue. When his audience already is interested in what he has to say, he can straight away begin the topic. Then the second part of the speech is body of the speech. The body is the main part of the speech for which the foundation has been laid down by the speaker. through his introductory part of speech. The body of the speech is structured according to purpose and audience. The other points to be kept in mind are: begin with easy ideas and move towards difficult ones. Begin with acceptable ideas to newer ones. Incidents are narrated at a faster pace. Then, concluding part of the speech. The conclusion should be attention focusing. It may take the shape of question and quotation. The concluding remarks should not be dragged. Normally, the concluding observations are related to summary of the main theme. That means what he has already told may be summarized at the end. Don't forget to repeat thanks for invitation, and also don't forget to thank the audience.